From the 60s to today. IPL Radio.
And we're back with the Perth Property Bros, Carlos and Josh, sales agent and buyer's agent, and the amazing
Jackie Wickham, the gifter, who has helped us a lot with our clients, and we're very thankful for it.
Jackie Wickham, Margaret River to you.
Thank you for the privilege.
The Perth's ultimate and premier gifting service, bringing Margaret River to you. Literally.
Customizable to you.
Customised. All of these products are from Margaret River, sourced from businesses that you have a very close relationship with, don't you? You don't just buy and say, how many can I have? You form friendships, connections. They call you for Easter.
Yeah.
This is a very special gifting service, which is why I really wanted Jackie on the show.
Yeah.
We work with her in terms of our properties. We're connected to real estate agents. So what sort of clients do you deal with, Jackie?
So it's quite across the board, really. Obviously, real estate agents, settlement agents, mortgage brokers, business coaches, web designers. Really, it's quite accountants. I guess I've done gifters for banks.
Banks?
Yeah.
It's a very big range, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we spoke a lot about it. We can see your passion in there, Jackie. There's so
What have I
much
been telling
passion
you
in there.
forever?
Yeah.
This is Jackie. Is just a ball of passion and light.
Yeah. So
That's what she is. That's why when we settle our properties, we send Jackie in.
exactly, and we were talking a lot about it offshore, and it will be her 8th year this year, wasn't it?
Eighth.
Yes.
8 years.
Eighth
Been a
year
long
gifting.
time.
Yeah.
So Jackie, I want to understand. Tell us, how did it all start? Like, what made you go into gifting, and how tell us a little bit about that passion of yours.
So we built a property in Margaret River, which took probably not in current times, but it took nearly 3 years, and so during that time, I had a lot of friends that would make requests for me to go and get goodies for them. So I was forever picking up, you name it, like from Gabrielle Chocolate, Vas Virgin, like wine, like Gordo's Wine, Churchview, lots of different producers I was going to, and then after a while, obviously I got to know the producers, and I really liked what they did and what they stood for, and I had a huge focus on Margaret River Farmers Market, and would often, I don't know whether I was starting not a completely profitless run from Margaret River to Rockingham, but I was bringing back truckloads of Margaret River free-range eggs,
Really?
apples. Yeah,
Wow.
it was.
What
I
a woman.
honestly, the apples from this Iron Ridge orchard were just unbelievable, and they were like, the difference between the supermarket and buying from the farmers. The Margaret River Farmers Market is just has just a huge focus on offering the best. So there's like food, there's wine, there's everything at those markets.
They've got a big reputation, though, their farmers.
They absolutely have. I think it was 2019, they actually won Farmers Market of the Year award.
Really?
So which
that
is
Australian wide or just WA?
that is Australia wide.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
So that's great. Now, how did the whole gifting thing was born?
So that sort of formed my love and passion for the region. I mean, I have to say we've been going down for years because my husband's a surfer. So, but then
Let's
when
talk about your husband actually not existing, because I've never met him. Nobody's ever met this man. He is the man beside
he does
this
in
amazing
Margaret
woman.
River,
The man beside this amazing woman, and I've never met
and he
him.
has 2 children.
And he has 2 children.
We had 2 children together, so
Can you
it
believe it? So I'm still
wasn't a
waiting.
complete miracle.
Well, he's a FIFO. He comes back tired. He's got to
Yeah.
keep doing things at home.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you would hibernate a bit when you.
As much as he might like to avoid those things, yeah. And he
So
has
sorry,
to
sorry,
go
carry
surfing. So over a lengthy period of time, I absolutely grew to love the region, and I just love the fact that we go down there and the kids were out in the bush and making camps and down at the river and just that sort of lifestyle as well. And everyone seems to have a focus on the impact they're making on the environment, and they just want to do it better, like they care. And that also grabbed me. So not just good tasting products, but also that level of care. And then, so after that period of time, I was thinking, well, obviously there's a bit of a demand for Margaret River produce, because I wouldn't be running like a headless chook, picking up all these, filling up the back of my car to return back to Safety Base. So,
is all this all these goods piled up on your kids
I
and
kid
stuff?
you not. I don't actually know if I took photos of that time, but even my husband was like, what are you doing? Like, you've got like a distributor from Margaret River. But yeah, definitely the passion grew. And I sort of had worked in community for quite some time, helping people. So I do love to help people. So it just sort of was an extension of that. And then I thought, well, I could offer the gift of Margaret River out of Margaret River to people, you know, that maybe they can't get down, or they haven't been down for a long time, or they do get down a lot and love the produce and want to share that or have it themselves or whatever. And so it just sort of grew from there. I was like, I've got this idea. I'm going to start a gifting business. What does everybody think? And they're like, oh, how are you going to bring it together? You know, what are you going to do? And I had a focus on Margaret River Farmers Market and businesses like Vast Virgin, who have really define such beautiful quality luxury skincare, natural products, and I've just expanded and grown from there. And so, yeah, for the first couple of years, I didn't really do that much in business, but from there onwards, it started to sort of grow in that direction. But I do like personal gifting too. So, I mean, I don't know how many times I have been there when someone has sent a gift for a sympathy gift, and it's as important to me. I do. I feel privileged that I can be there to just offer a little bit of comfort. And if I possibly can, and someone needs an extra couple of minutes or 5 minutes to talk, I allow them that space as well. So people to me are important.
Sounds like Jackie's a big deal down in Margaret River. It's probably best when we go down, we throw her name around a little bit. Maybe
every time I've gone down there, she's giving me a list of places. Go on this place, tell them my name.
Well, I like Cressini Bakery. They just have, oh my goodness. And they spoil me, Lisa and Chris, and they just have the most beautiful produce in their bakery.
I'm going to try this experiment. I'm going to go down to Margaret River and just throw my...
You have tried a couple of times, haven't you?
I'm going to try it this time.
You could get a couple of name badges there. Go down as agents with our Margaret River to you badge there.
Yeah. Just say, we're with Jackie and see what we do.
Oh, with Jackie. Jackie wanted me to order breakfast.
The big one.
That's right.
The big breakfast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can we put it on Jackie's account?
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
It's amazing, Jackie. I think it's it's nice to know where it all comes from.
Yeah.
And like I said again, it's that passion that you have for the gifting, isn't it?
So I do love food as well, so that sort of goes hand in hand. And I might stop at a chef that I get produce from, Romano from Margaret River Fine Food, and I'll go in there and he's just baked, I don't know, like lasagna or it could be, cannelloni or something like that. And I'm like, oh, do you have a spare one that I could buy or something? Or tiramisu. Oh my God.
Nice. Wow.
Do you work with any of the real estate agents down there?
I've done a couple, but not on a regular basis. I have done a couple of things for Stocker and Preston, and some business in Margaret River have gifted up in the city. They might have a parent company.
Okay, yeah, like the Ray Whites or like the more brand name.
Yeah,
agents,
so different businesses in that sort of way, and I've definitely done some gifting for property agents
Okay.
to thank tenants and
Oh, nice.
yeah, which I'm always like, I always love that sort of gifting because tenants don't
Ever get acknowledged?
No.
Ever?
Yeah, no.
They never get acknowledged, especially the good tenants that always pay
Yeah.
their rent on time, look after the place impeccably, never cause any trouble or dramas or whatever. They're the ones that you need to look after.
And I won't say never because there are people that do see that tenants are important. They're
Look, and it's tricky to make the distinction between saying tenants and homeowners.
yeah.
I find that in my work. I mean, we're dealing with people here, and most people are either going to be tenants or they're going to be they're going to be owning their own property.
Yeah, and a gift to a
So-
tenant is like a huge wow factor
Yeah.
because they're like, "What, really?"
They would not have been expecting it at all.
Yeah. I did a gift for a tenant at Christmas, and the girl was just like, "I'm just blown away. We only moved in 3 months ago." She said, "I just cannot believe the landlord sent us a gift." But that impact,
Yeah.
I would say, will last for years to come.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've been mentioning about this, isn't it? Like treat your investment property obviously like it's like a business, but end of the day you're still dealing with people.
Yeah.
Right?
Always.
And also for an investor, obviously you don't want your tenant, you don't want a high turnover. That it's not good. So you want a tenant to be able to live in there longer, and and these are the kind gestures that you can give to obviously give them
definitely.
that thing like, we do appreciate you, and feel free to stay because you've been a good tenant instead of
Tenants are
Appreciate
so
them.
surprised of all the
no, that's good. That's a very good one.
or if
Appreciate
there's been renovations being
Yeah.
carried out.
Because
That's
it
the
is,
other.
it can be quite taxing on their lives to manage
Yeah.
kids. And if they're
Yeah.
working around a job site at
Yeah.
a property being renovated, you're right. This is where you fit in perfect.
Yeah, that is my experience. Like in renovations, landlords have gifted because they're aware.
Mm.
They're
That
aware,
that's been a
yeah.
big
But
inconvenience.
It also takes an agent to prompt them,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah,
Because the landlord is another degree removed.
yeah.
It's the landlord, it's the agent, and the tenant that are generally
Yeah.
working together pretty closely.
And there are good property agents, and then there are
yeah.
property agents that are just doing a job. And
So
if I'm allowed to say that.
we've connected. You've connected Jackie. I've connected her to property agents or property managers now. You're
Yeah.
working with because of this very reason.
Yeah.
The ones that do gift well, that actually think about the inconveniences to a tenant or just want to reward them.
Yeah, or understand the value of a tenant.
Yeah, 100%. I really like it, Jackie. So you do a lot of gifting, obviously, and
Yes.
as part of you always like to be involved in the Margaret River community. Obviously, you do a lot outside of this gifting.
I
Tell us a
do.
little bit
Even
about that.
touched on mixed palette.
There you
Yes,
go. Tell
I
us a little
am-
bit, yeah.
Yes, so I have got my fingers in a few pies.
In a lot of pies from
But
some-
yeah, no, I am the chairperson of Mixed Palette Inc. Art Group, which operates just around the corner from Sound City Church, thanks to Daryl and Alison Mulaney and their church community. And I'm involved in the Catalpa Festival, the project team, and the Fremantle Fenians for Freedom, which also relates to those Irish political prisoners in the period of the Catalpa rescue in 1876, which I might add next year is 150 years, so it will be a huge,
big deal.
yeah.
Could you briefly tell us about the Catalpa? Because I was lucky enough, you gave me some tickets to a Catalpa play up in the Steiner School, north of the river. And I was so impressed finally hearing the story. And a lot of people are actually quite unaware about this aspect of Irish history. Do you want to, just a quick synopsis?
Yeah, so I actually got involved through Laurie Smith, and Laurie was actually helping us to find Mixed Palette Inc. to find a premises, so a new premises. So Laurie and I would chat a lot during that time, and Laurie was he's so dedicated to retelling that story and the importance and the value that it holds to Western Australian history as well as Irish heritage and just that sense of justice, really. It was quite remarkable. And so Laurie kept like relaying the story to me and or what was happening, and I was just like, oh my goodness, because I myself from Irish background, so obviously for me it sort of resonated in an area that I would like to help too. But it's quite remarkable. Yesterday was the commemorative service at the sculpture, the Wild Geese. Have you ever been there?
No, I have to admit, no.
No, so
where's
it's
this?
near Spill the Beans Cafe, Palm Beach. It's just opposite Samuel Street.
Okay, you have to.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I have to
So-
check it out. No, I
Yeah,
haven't
so
heard of it.
every Easter Monday they commemorate, there's like a commemorative gathering to pay respects to the people that managed to to free themselves under quite,
It was amazing, wasn't it? They escaped from Fremantle prison from memory, and there was a ship called the Catalpa
yes,
that rescued them.
yes.
I don't remember exactly how they got onto that ship, but they actually went back to America.
Yeah, it was actually
America,
all.
from
So
Roddo.
John Boyle O'Reilly, he was one of the. So I don't want to give numbers just in case I get the figures wrong, but the Hougoumont boat was the last ship that brought out Irish political prisoners from England to Australia as convicts. And so basically they were sent here, and the belief was they'd never be able to escape because it's so vast and you're surrounded by the ocean.
Yep.
So, but one of them was John Boyle O'Reilly, and they were in Fremantle prison, and he managed to be transferred to Bunbury and worked very well and was given privileges. So with those privileges, he was able to, with the help of locals and others in the area, to organise an escape, or an escape was organised for him, and it was a whaling boat, American whaling boat, that took him to America. And that probably sounds quite easy because it was harsh and he had to hide out for a number of days. You know, it was like with little food, you know, the climate, like it's hard going. And then he made it over to America, and then he sort of set the ball rolling to start making plans to get the six of the prisoners out.
That's right, because
And
he came back. Did he come back? And
John Boyle O'Reilly didn't come back. He couldn't come back.
no, but he arranged the escape.
Yes,
That's
he
right.
did. So he started a fundraising campaign, and amazingly, like secretively, and this went far and wide, and because America had a huge amount of Irish immigrants living there, so the support was there, and the unfairness of the situation of why they were even sent there in the first place, and the harshness of the situation as well.
That would have been like the news of the day.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been all over the equivalent of TikTok all the time. These Irish prisoners have been imprisoned in Perth, Australia, and they're arranging an escape for them, a big a crowdfunding.
That was exactly, yeah.
Isn't it? It was a crowdfunding.
Yeah, crowdfunding. Exactly that, the start of crowdfunding.
Yes. Now we know where it all
Yeah.
started.
But they weren't considered high risk, so they actually were prisoners that were allowed to work in the garden. And so over a period of time, months, this was all organised. A couple of spies, Irish spies in Fremantle, and you know, just working the system and one of them going into the prison. They supposedly businessman, you know, he's got his gone as a businessman, and slowly but surely they put all the pieces together to get them out of there. And Easter Monday in 1876 was the day that a horse and cart came and took them all to Rockingham, where whaling ship had been organised. The Catalpa rescue was put in place, and they had to get to Rockingham, and then little rowing boats were waiting for them there. So it was no easy task to even get to the boat.
No, it wasn't. They couldn't just take the freeway down to Rockingham. This was hard yakka.
And it was all done through telegrams, and like I say, nothing was done immediately. Like it all took time.
Pigeons.
Yeah, but they managed to get there. They're out in the rowing boats and like sort of rowing vigorously and trying to get out of there. And James Bell, a local, had seen them, that they were convicts, so he...
Because they had to get to international waters. That was the key. The key to this whole escape. Because
it was an American whaling ship, the Georgette was the steamer that chased them and actually made it to them. But by then, the captain, Anthony, that was in charge of the ship, he told them, like, because they asked them to release the Fenian prisoners, and he said, there's no one aboard, and they said, we demand you to release them, and he said, or we'll fire our cannon, and he said, you fire on you fire on us, you fire on America.
It's an act of war.
Yeah.
Oh.
And with that, very, very unhappy about the situation, they left and off they went. And they went to America, arrived in America as heroes.
Nice. Can you imagine the party they had when they got to America?
But
this is part of your history, your heritage.
It is.
And, there's a little bit of this heritage in the twine, in the boxes, in
the logo,
and the logo, everything that makes Margaret River to you the gifting service that it is. Yours an owner, and no, it's been a fantastic show to have Jackie here.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm so happy.
So Jackie, tell us how would our viewers or listeners, if they ever wanted to contact your service and give a gift to someone that they love, a business that they would love to appreciate, a tenant they would like to appreciate, to say thank you and stuff, how would they contact you?
They would contact me onto my website, margaretriver.com.au, or on social media, Facebook or Instagram, again, Margaret River to you, or they can email me directly, gifts@margaretriver2u.com.au, and that's TOYOU.com.au.
To it, doesn't it? Gifts@margaretriver2u.com.au.
Yeah, or call me direct on 0417 930 153. I'd love to help.
Nice.
What was the number again, Jackie?
0417 930 153.
Got it. Thank
and
you.
with that, Mother's Day is coming up, so if anyone needs to make their mum feel extra special, I can help. And with not just food, but have natural, like Vast Virgin Natural Skincare, and now Margaret River Hemp Co. as well, who also have fabulous skincare products. So spoil your mum this Easter. Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
I still have the effects list.
Can see you still.
I was overwhelmed with that funny.
It's good. Very glad to have you on here, Jackie. Obviously, you can see your passion for gifting, a lot of the social work that you do, for the people. It's amazing, and hopefully everyone will be in touch and be able to get something customizable to them and their
customizable. Of course, that's the key. I always sell the how important it is to have something that's come from Margaret River and to have Jackie facilitated, because I believe in her so much.
Especially in property, isn't it? Especially if, say, someone from over east were to buy in WA and you give something from WA.
This is why Jackie's so valuable to the Margaret River region, because she's an ambassador to the region. They actually let you into the Chamber of Commerce, didn't they? When you're not a resident down there, because you live here.
I'm actually associate member of the Margaret River Produce Association.
The Produce Association.
Yeah, but I do have a house, property down there. But yeah, so that helps me to stay on the ground in touch as well with what's happening. And I think big things will happen for the Margaret River gourmet side. It will just become like a big gourmet food bowl down in that region.
I think
Or
they have
somebody creative down there.
They have the Margaret River Gourmet every year anyway, isn't it? Like a chef's
Yeah,
table or
it's-
something that they do.
Yeah, it was the Gourmet Escape, and now last year they have started another event called Paired,
Okay.
which runs in November, around the third week in November, and that offers lots of different food, eating experiences and wine experiences, and so it's like I said, there's a lot of. It's not just that the food and the gourmet food and wine and products is there. There's so many events on to promote this
Margaret River,
area of Margaret River. So
Yeah, no, that's good. So basically what it means is if Josh or Carlos were ever to go down to Margaret River, we just walk into any shop and say, hey, we're with Jackie. Just
We're with Jackie. I'll,
Good
I'll
luck.
put it on her account.
on her account and show us what's good about it.
yeah, and I must also say that Margaret River Juice sponsors the Member Wellness Prize for the the Member Wellness Prize for Connections WA Psychology and Counselling, who hold the once a month presentations, and so like recognising that focus of how important mental health is, and understanding customers better as well. So, but every month there are events that are free to attend that offer professional education, and so I'll put that out there as well. The next one's on the 7th, Wednesday the 7th of May. But yeah, I feel I'm very privileged as well to sponsor the prize, because we know that mental health is not an easy journey, and if you're working to help people, the people that attend or mental health workers in general, they're doing a fine job, and good to be recognised, and Connections WA is really good at that as well. So
Amazing.
All right. Well, we've been talking to Jackie Wickham from Margaret River to You. Now, Jackie's put in a song request. I'm going to put that song on before Josh and I come back and close off the show for another week. Josh.
Yes.
And next week we may be getting a builder in. We are builder or mortgage broker. We are undecided. We are booked out 2 months in advance, but we've had someone drop off because of some unfortunate circumstances. But that's okay. We'll move on.
Yes.
and find somebody amazing like Jackie to bring them on the show.
I think maybe it's about time we get a mortgage broker in this time.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's do it.
have a chat.
So here is What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
Your voice, your community station. You are listening to